Welcome to Career Talk. I'm Catherine and I'm here with Ian, who is a project manager at Aldrich Electric. How are you doing tonight?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you're a project manager. Did you want to tell me a little bit about what you do?
Sure. I'm a project manager at Aldrich Electric. We're an electrical contractor that does a wide range of things. We do everything from simple service calls to foundations that go over 100 feet into the ground and utility lines. My job primarily is to find the work, get the work, and then assemble a team to complete that work.
So what specifically are you working on here at the stadium?
At this particular stadium, the only thing that we are doing here is the 6 light poles for the sports field lighting. We were contracted by NGU Lighting to install the foundations, which are the concrete bases that go down into the ground over 20 feet, and then assemble the light poles and the lights and erect those in place.
So we were here the other day while they were being installed. Could you kind of walk us through how, I know there was a crane here, how you use that to...
Sure. There's a lot that leads up to that. One of the things that leads up to that is we actually take possession of all the light fixtures and the cross arms, which are what the lights are mounted to, at our prefab facility in Illinois. And we pre-assemble and pre-attest every single light fixture before it goes up in the air. And we also pre-aim all of those while they're on the ground. So then we were able to bring them out on some custom racking, install them onto the poles, which takes a couple days, and then you guys were able to see us actually erect it with the crane. These poles weigh about 12,000 pounds with all the lights on them, and with that reach, we had to have a 200-ton crane here.
So is this your first time working on stadium lights, or have you worked on other
No, I've worked
before?
on several other sports fields before. This is the biggest poles I've ever put in. Usually they're only about 90 feet tall at the most, and these go all the way up to 140 feet.
What went into testing the site before you were able to put the poles into the ground?
So when we bid a project like this, we ask for boring samples, and we were given those. None of those samples were from the exact locations or near where the light poles were. We did analyze those and everything seemed fine. So we put a price together to install these bases. We do these with a big machine. It's a drill rig, track drill rig that can drill hundreds of feet into the ground. And we brought that out here, and within the first hour we struck oil. So that we had to find a solution to fix that problem, and in the meantime we jumped to some other locations and hit other concrete obstructions that were existing foundations. It was an unforeseen thing. It was very difficult to figure out those solutions in a quick timeline, but I think we did a good job of that and got everything in.
So did that push back your installation of the lights at all?
Absolutely. We planned on being done with this job before January 1st. We're about 6 months behind where we expected to be for our portion of this project.
To get into this job, did you need any special training or degrees?
Yeah, so I don't have a degree, but I did start an apprenticeship. Day after I graduated from high school, I started my apprenticeship. I am now a master electrician. So I worked out in the field for 10 years, and then I've been a project manager now for about 15.
What was your career path like to get here?
Mine was pretty simple. My grandpa was an electrician, so I knew that was something that I always wanted to do. So I took to that right away and took courses and classes while I was still in high school to learn more about the electrical industry. And then I also went into a co-op program where I'd leave school half day and go work for an electrical contractor.
So like you mentioned, you knew you wanted to be an electrician or work with that.
Yep.
So you had that set on since high school, or was there any other careers you were considering?
Nope, that was pretty much it. I knew what I wanted to do and wasn't changing my mind. I figured everybody's always going to need electricity. It's one of those careers that never goes away.
So what are you guys working on here tonight?
So right now what we're doing is we're doing the final commissioning for the light levels of the field. You can see behind us that there's all kinds of white flags out there. I had my Trimble surveying team come out and GPS lay out grids onto the field so that they can take their light level readings, which is a minimum of 50 foot candles out in the outfield and 70 on the infield.
Does that have to take place when it's dark outside?
Yeah, that's why we're here so late.
Oh. So what are foot candles?
So foot candles are a unit of measurement for light, and they're usually taken at a ground level or at a set height. And for minor league baseball, that has to be taken off of a set height facing up.
So in order to get those, is there any sort of like, did you need a camera up from above, or how do you get those?
Nope, it's all done down on the ground.
Oh, okay. Is Aldrich Electric like a nationwide company, or is it in the area?
Aldrich Electric is a nationwide company. We do work in the lower 48, all over the country. I work out of the Waukesha office, which is our Wisconsin office. Our headquarters is in Libertyville, Illinois, which is near Chicago. We're a large company, 1,200 employees, and we have multiple different things we do, everything from foundations to concrete to structural to ironwork to road construction. Currently doing a sign project on the Beltline in Madison that has no electrical on it at all. So we get around.
If someone was interested in doing the job that you do you have any advice for how they should get started?
I would start as early as possible. If you can get offered classes in your high school or local vocational college, I'd definitely try to do that and feel it out and see if you like it. Take a one-year electrical class to see if it was something you're interested in before you jump in completely. Because you may learn that there's another part of this trade that you like more, and you can spin off then early.
What advice would you give yourself 20 years ago when you were just starting out?
To probably ask more questions than I did. I thought I asked a lot of questions, but ask questions and listen more would probably be my biggest advice. That and show up early.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
No, thank you. I really enjoyed this, and I hope that somebody gets something out of this.
Thank you all out there for watching. For more information, contact Aldrich Electric or CareerTalk.